Greetings, everybody. Greetings. I just put a little sweetener in my hot chocolate. Okay. Good evening, gentlemen, ladies, gentlemen, whoever. Nice to have you here. It's Friday evening. It's the 9th of June. It's a warm summer's evening. The forecast for the weather is well, this weekend's going to be our summer. Let's see what happens anyway. And if you're watching this on replay, hello, good evening. Welcome, good morning. How's it going? And nice to see you. To see you, nice. Okay, so just say hello to a few people. First of all, there's Leeds. Nice to hear from you, Leeds. Gemini Star is here. Brian Street. Evening all from a happy. Yeah, I'll put that on the screen. Evening all from a happy hammer. Okay, now I don't really do much football, but Brian Street and other people have got something to celebrate. West Ham have just won a trophy. Okay, yeah, so who would he play? I didn't actually watch it, but anyway, good. Well done to West Ham. Anyway, Gemini Star. West Ham snatched at the end of it was a European Cup, and they've got a trophy now for the first time since I believe 1980. So congratulations to all the West Ham fans. Anyway, Donald Trump. Good evening, Edwards. Your local president now. It's nice to hear from you, mate. Richard O. Good evening, Eddie. Boris Johnson resigns as MP with immediate effect. Excuse me while I get the Kleenex out. Excuse me while I get the bloody Kleenex out. But do you know something? There are some news stories that I just find unbearably boring. As soon as I see an image of this person on the news or have an inkling of what the news story is going to be all about, I will actually get up and I'll switch the bloody news off. And recently, I'm absolutely bored hearing about Boris Johnson and, the ex-prime minister who was, told to resign because he was lying through his bloody teeth about just about everything and Partygate and all of this kind of rubbish. I just find it, good riddance to him, good riddance to them. He's probably better than some other politicians, but he was no classic PM. And remember, there is no such thing as a politician who is indispensable. They can all be bloody replaced. Good riddance to them. Ian Bowden, nice to hear from you. What a blooming lovely summer's day. Okay, I'm still after a long. So I reckon the winter has gone on for probably about 7 months. It was cold when I went abroad, beginning of November. And it's only just, started to get hot now. I reckon the winter's gone on for about 7 months here. And I bet you give it a couple of days of hot weather and people will be moaning that it's too hot. Okay. Sceneries, nice to hear from you. Super adventures. Love these intros, Steady Eddie. Okay, well, thanks for that anyway. Thanks for that. Sean Young, the weekend begins here. Keep up your great work, Ed. Okay. Thanks for that. I try to keep up the work. Let me say, everyone, you run out of ideas after a while, and because the news has been really, really bland, recently. I think I kind of ran out of ideas, and it showed in the last stream. But a big thanks to all of those of you who answered that post yesterday, that community post, and come up with some really, really, really great suggestions about things that we should talk about on this show. That was really, really great input, and I will get back to it, even if it's only with a heart or whatever. I will respond to it all eventually, and some of those questions. Potential questions, suggestions. They were really, really good. So I really will look into it. Big thanks to all those who responded. Cy London, nice to hear from you. David Coleman, hi Eddie. I hope all's well. Let's make this one interesting. I think what David means that the last one wasn't very interesting. But anyway, nice to hear from you, David. Nice to hear from you. Delayed Dave, nice to hear from you, Delayed Dave. Leo Malley, hi Eddie. I'm now watching from Woolloomooloo. What a name that is. I'm watching from Woolloomooloo, Sydney, New Zealand. Actually, good for you, Jesus. Leo Malley's getting around. He was in the Philippines, and now he's in Australia, and he's going to New Zealand. Good for you, mate. Good for you. I'm sure you're having a great time. Good for you. travel and milkshake. Hey Ed, what's up, Uncle Ed? Fine, thank you. Nice to hear from you. I'm drinking a little bit of this cocoa chocolate, hot chocolate. Getting very, very forgetful in the old days. Just sat down and then I thought to myself, wait a minute, if I put any sweeteners in this, and I'm going to put a sweetener in, and it's putting sweeteners in hot chocolate, maybe the likes of it. Lovely stuff. Very, very nice. Remember, there's two types of Cadbury's chocolate. There's hot chocolate, and there's the drinking chocolate version, which I don't really like very much. Vin Valentine, the best intro ever. Okay, thank you. That's super duper, that is. So I've actually done something right for once. Bobby Webber. Wow, some of these people are getting around. Greetings from San Francisco, Eddie. Need to come home for driver's license and see my doctor. Back to San Remo on the 19th. I think he lives in San Remo, which is a lovely place in Italy. Near the border with France, as I recall, or Monaco. And he's been in San Francisco. That's wonderful. Did you wear some flowers in your hair? Did you stand on the Golden Gate Bridge and sing the old Scott McKenzie classic? If you're going to San Francisco. Oh, that's what I do. Absolutely, no question about it. Hope you had a good time, mate. Jimmy Handyman, nice to hear from you, mate. David Coleman, you're looking really healthy. Great. Okay. Thank you for that, David. That's very, very kind of you. Yeah, Barry from East Enders, evening chaps. Lovely here in the southeast. I do love this country at times. Yeah, at times, sporadically. I love this country sporadically. Yeah, absolutely. Leo Malley, a little sweetener in the hot chocolate equals large little brandy. Okay. Paul Hoskin, I believe in miracles, hot chocolate. Okay. Nice to hear from you, Paul. Oh, there we go. Guy, hey Ed, not much sunshine. Any plans to travel this summer? I haven't got any plans just yet. I've got a video coming out, an actual video which I'm going to post on the other channel anyway. You know, if you thought about that, you may find it interesting. Hopefully that could be coming out this weekend. Chaz Brown, happy Friday. Wayne Ritchie, hi Ed, you're looking good. I'm coming to Thailand this year, my first time. Any advice with the ladies? Don't trust them. Don't trust them, whatever you do. I mean, go there, enjoy their company. Be what's the word? Be enamored by their wonderful charm. Have fun. Be prepared to be generous with the ladies and respect the ladies. Respect them. You know, wallow in your respectfulness and enjoyment with the Thai ladies. Just don't trust them. Don't trust any women anywhere. David Coleman, Trump charged 7 counts. You know, I'm not an American, and it's not really for me to comment on American politicians or ex-presidents or whatever. But I find it laughable with all that's going on about Trump. Really, really laughable when they say he's been charged, you know, with a couple of felonies this time. He's been charged with this, that, and the other, even the sexual stuff and all kinds of stuff. And then at the end of the report on Trump, after saying that he's disgraced and he's being charged, they then say, and he's running for president. You know, he's hoping for a second term as president of the United States. Oh my God, is that a joke? In Britain, he wouldn't even stand a chance. He wouldn't stand a chance in Britain. But then maybe it says more about Britain. You know, I mean, in Britain, you know, we expect our politicians, our prime ministers, to be perfect. They're never going to be perfect. You're never going to get a perfect one. But Trump, my God, I mean, he's not only is he not perfect, he's bloody diabolical. You know, but like I said, not for me to interfere with. Yeah, delayed Dave, Leo Malley, Woolloomooloo is a nice part of Sydney, you're lucky, son. Okay, well, good for you. Mark Hollick, nice to hear from you, Mark. Great to hear from you. I really enjoyed Mark's column today, Bits and Bytes, which he writes, which you can see on Facebook. And he writes, today he was talking about AI, and which we're going to have a little bit of a discussion about, because I'm hearing an awful lot about it. So we've got to talk about that again. Travel lads, Ed, flight prices are ridiculous. It's not just flight prices. I mean, if you go to some locations like, European places, everything's gone up. Everything's gone up. Hotels are ridiculously expensive. I heard a report somewhere that said that the price of a European city destination is about 50% higher now than it was a couple of years ago. It's all gone expensive. Sean Harris. Hi, Ed. Hey, Ed and chat. I hope everyone is well. Nice to hear from you, Sean. Sean came along the other day and he was a guest. I think it was on Monday night show, and he was a very, very popular guest. So nice to hear from you. Hopefully you'll be able to make it again sometime, Sean. Nice to hear from you. Mickey Berkshire. Trump going down. You think so? You think so? Oh, well, whatever. Ian Bowden. What's the weather? Oh yeah, what's the weather like in Toronto? David C. Well, I heard they're having fires out there. Seamus Doherty. Hi, Ed. You sure you're considering a trip abroad soon? I'm going to post something on the other channel this weekend, which will explain all of that. Mark Allen, Trump is once again in the news. He's never out of the news, is he? But honestly, I'm out. Whether he's guilty of anything or whatever, I can't conceive that somebody who has been arrested so many times and he's charged with this, that, and the other, even if he's found not guilty of just about everything, I can't even begin to understand how he could run for president. And more importantly, how people would even entertain the thought of voting for him again. I can't understand it. S Travels 4K, nice to hear from you, mate. Nice to hear from you. S Travels is a great channel, as you will know. Great channel, does some great walkabout videos. I'm going to catch up with some of them soon, mate. Cheers. Kipax, nice to hear from Kipax. Sai London, when you're back to Southeast Asia, well, it won't be before the winter. Neil Fleet, evening, Ed, from a warm Wavertree. What Wavertree? That's in Liverpool. That's not a bad area. It's a real Liverpool area of Liverpool, if you know what I mean. I used to live very, very close to there. Kipax, nice t-shirt, Eddie. Nice t. This is donkey's years old. This t-shirt is about. This is it's over 10 years old. This one. Thank you, Brian Street. I'm voting for the Common Sense Party. Is that the Raven Loonies? There isn't one, mate. Yeah, Barry from EastEnders. Sean Harris, top bloke, did well the other night. Yeah, he was a very, very good guest, Sean. Hopefully he'll come on again sometime. Let's see, David Coleman. The weather is not the best now in Toronto. We're having fires all over. The air is bad. I have not been to that part of the world, but it seems like you go from one extreme to the other. It seems like 1 minute it's snowing, and the next it's forest fires. It's unbelievable, really. But I hope all's well anyway, David, and also Mark Hollick. He's in Minnesota. He's not that far away. So I hope everyone's keeping well in that part of the world. Yeah. Okay. Ian Bowden. Johnson is a C. Sunak is a C. Truss effed up a legacy of being a female PM. Starmer is a load of old nothing. I know they're all bloody indispensable. I think Labour will win this time. I mean, I think Labour will win simply because the thing that's, Labour have been ahead in the polls so many times. All of a sudden, the silent Conservative voters just come out of nowhere on the day and vote Conservative, and this is what happens. But I think in this instance, I think the silent Conservative voters, they're the mainly old people who don't like to admit to voting Conservative, and but they do come out on the day and vote, whereas many others don't bother. I think this time they won't be voting for Rishi Sunak because I just think I think, to be honest, I think the Conservatives, it's time they had a good kick up the arse. I mean, they become a bit of a joke, haven't they? I mean, Starmer isn't exactly, Mr. Charisma, But I think, Labour will get in simply because they don't want the Conservatives in for a very long time. Sean Harris, has anyone been to Hawaii in Vietnam? I'm considering going there going for a few days in October. I've been to Hawaii in Hoi An. I travelled one of my bus journeys down through Vietnam. I went from Hanoi, and that was a nightmare journey because the bus broke down. I went on an overnight bus from Hanoi, and the next stop was Hue. I mean, that was many hours. Hue has been there's a lot of temples in Hue. It's not the most exciting town. In fact, other Vietnamese people, say that it's pretty boring there. It's not boring. I mean, Hue is good, but if you like the temples, there's lots and lots of temples there. But beware of some of those tours that you go on. I went on a tour, and this was many years ago in Hue, and I think they said something like the tour was $7. Okay, yeah, that's great. And it was a daytime tour, and they're going to go around. That was very, very reasonable. But they took you to so many different temples, and each temple you went to, you had to pay to get into the temple. So the initial $7, they didn't mention anything about the fact that you have to pay to get and see all the temples. And I thought, well, the beautiful temples, I mean, it's not a lot of money. But I remember a Swiss woman there. A Swiss woman was very, very angry at this and very, very irate. And each temple she was going to, she had to pay money to get in when she'd been told the whole thing was going to be $7. And so just beware of that anyway. If you're going on any tour, which is a dirt cheap price, but you're going to be visiting temples, just say, and do you have to pay to get into the temples? Because I'm pretty sure you will. But Hue is well worth it, especially if you like temples. Well worth it. Well worth a look. Leo Malley, when's the next trip, Ed? Looking forward to seeing you sup a cold beer after months of absence. Not sure yet, but I am making a video this weekend anyway. Yeah, Clive McLaren. Mr. Eddie, you were asking about a bit of new content on the channel. How about a general knowledge quiz night once a month? But the winner each month has to set the questions. It sounds interesting. That sounds interesting. It sounds interesting. I have to think about that one. But sounds interesting anyway. Tony Edwards, hey up, Eddie. What are we talking about today? I've got a few a big thanks once again to everybody who responded to the community post with suggestions. Anyway, okay. So let's mention a little bit of something. A few people have mentioned Boris. He's resigned, and what's her name? That good looking one. What's her name? Nadine. She's resigned as well. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, Ian Bowden, me and Barb have booked our expensive Thai flights. Ian has his own YouTube channel, Ian and Barb, by the way. And it's very, very nice. It's very, very nice channel. Now we are working on our month's itinerary. Good for you anyway, but book the expensive Thai flights. Okay, great. Look forward to the developments of that anyway. In Thailand till I die. Good evening. Amber one, if it's I've heard that. Amber one, if it's tomorrow's weather, should they stay indoors and wait for winter? This is it. It's bloody laughable in Britain. It's laughable. I mean, we get a heat wave. We say everyone stay indoors or you'll burn to death. In the winter, we get a little bit of snow on the ground. We act as if the ice age has returned. I think we do tend to overreact with the weather. Kipax, Lisa Dale phoning will be a classic. I think we frightened her off, to be honest with you. I haven't heard much of her recently. David Coleman. Eddie, have you been to Costa Rica? I was checking it out, but it looks expensive. Yeah, I went to Costa Rica almost 20 years ago. I did a Central American tour, and I thought that it was a little bit overrated. One of the was it Playa del Tamarindo, nice beach and all that, but expensive and a little bit, nice. But I mean, not a rocket to the moon. There was another resort I went to where the water was filthy, and I thought it was generally, I mean, the best part of Costa Rica was really, getting an aeroplane, a light aircraft, a psychedelic painted light aircraft from Liberia and Costa Rica over the volcanoes into Nicaragua. And I thought Nicaragua was a lot more fun than Costa Rica. But don't take my word for it. A lot of people like it. A lot of people like that place. John Atkinson, 43.10 to the pound. Better. I'm assuming you're talking about Thai baht. Well, it looks like it's getting a little bit better. Yeah. Paul Laskin, Lisa's with me. Eating my sausage. I mean, the size of her, she doesn't need any more sausages, mate. Capo 17. Even there, won't be long for the Turkish lira. It's 30 to the pound. I remember when it was 2.5 to a pound. I think it was 2.3 to begin with. Then it went to 2.5 for a long time to the pound. That's a disaster, that is. Mo Mac, do you think we'll have a late start? It's okay. In Britain, there's only one rule with the weather. You get what you're given. Okay? I mean, over the weekend, we got nice, hot, sunny weather. And I've heard rumors of a thunderstorm, by the way. If we get nice, hot, sunny weather, fine. People say, this is great, it's summer. And then the nice weather goes away for a while. And then you come to July and you think, well, the nice weather's going to come back. It's raining now, but the nice weather's going to come back. And then you get into the end of August and it's still raining. You say, whatever happens to that bloody summer? You never know. You never know. Bobby Webber, I smoked some flowers, Eddie, in San Francisco. That's good. Sounds good to me. Sounds good. Yeah, Ian Bowden. I won't mention e-bikes. I won't mention e-bikes, dodgy politics, or anything that comes to first best, but in case it bores anyone. No, you come up with some great questions, Ian. E-bikes. Now, e-bikes. I've seen some of those e-bikes. Some of these young people. I think there's been a couple of youngsters killed on e-bikes recently. One of them was hit by a police car on an ambulance being chased. I mean, have you seen the bloody speed out of those things? These are battery-operated push bikes. I've seen this. All of a sudden, this kid is cycling on one, and the next minute, just whizzes past you. They're dangerous. They are very, very dangerous. Well, a couple of youngsters have been killed on them recently. Really, Richard O. Ed, what's your 3 favorite Thai islands? How did you know that I'm going to do a video on that? I'm going to do a video on that one. I've been to about, I believe, 10 Thai islands. So I'm going to do a video on that one sometime. David Coleman, have you guys heard about all the forest fires we're having in Canada? It's a disaster. Well, I hope all's well, mate. I wish you the best of luck. Anyway, we don't get we get floods in some part of the country here, but we don't really get stuff like that. So best of luck to you, mate. Stay safe. Super Adventures. Is it 2 more men are single and have more mental issues? No, the ones with mental issues, they're the married ones. Let's see. Wayne Ritchie, thanks for your advice with the ladies. I'm getting very, very forgetful. I forget what that was actually. Wayne Ritchie. Let's see. Ian Bowden. Biden will be remembered only for his physical trip-ups. He'll be remembered as much as Liz Truss. I mean, it's funny that the politicians, no one ever bothers remembering. I think Biden will be one of them. Travel and milkshake. Trump is the only man for the people. That's why he's being screwed. Okay, fair comment. Stephen West. It's a witch hunt. Trump has done nothing wrong. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, Paul Hoskin. I had a girlfriend called Felony. She charged me a lot. Good for you, anyway. Okay, let's see. Ian Bowden. Inbound, we paid 963 quid on Thai Airlines for next January each. That's good. That's good. I mean, it's not, but well, it's expensive, more expensive than what it should be. But even so, it's not a disaster anyway. Let's see. Richard, though, Ed, my family travel insurance has gone from 115 to 260. Shop around, guys. Oh, insurance, just about everything's going up. Yogi Bear. Yogi Bear, good evening. It's 9:15 p.m. in the UK. It's 4:15 in Makita, and I've just been released by police after being in the middle of a shootout in P. Baker Street. That's Manila. Earlier. Good evening, chat. Oh well, did you video that? You could have sent me the video. That would have been really interesting to see. No, I hope you're safe, mate. Philippines can be a bit dodgy, so I'm glad that you're safe anyway, mate. And glad that you're being released. So stay safe while you're out there. Paul Hoskin, Ed, is there an Iceland near you? Lasagna, £1. And there is a lasagna in a precinct, but I never ever got. No. There's not a lasagna in the precinct. There's an Iceland in the precinct, but lasagna. Co-op lasagnas have got frozen lasagnas have gone up to about £1.65, but they are still great value and they're still very tasty. But the bastards didn't have any. I done a bit of shopping there the other day and they didn't have any. I told them about it, Yeah, Ian Bowden, the medial journalists make loads of money out of Trump and Johnson. The media world only thrives from dodgy, charismatic leaders. The decent leaders can be boring, and journalists. Yeah, okay, fair comment. Mark Oleg, Canada forest fire smoke, mostly around New York, Eastern Seaboard area. Oh well, I don't think I'd like that. Well, I don't think I'd like anywhere where I couldn't breathe properly. Well, best of luck anyway, Mark. Best of luck to you. Repair shop. Tories let in more immigrants than Labour. And with all the millions that the Conservatives let in, so you tell me that you can add another note on the end of the millions if Labour get in. I don't think it can get any worse, can it? It can. We don't know. It's all a bloody disaster, mate. I mean, that's the argument that Labour will let more immigrants in than the Tories. But just look at the Tories. Everything they said they're going to do regarding immigration, they haven't done it. Yeah, Yeah, Nicholas is here. Nicholas, I hope everything's okay, Eddie. I'm just looking at flights to India while I watch the stream. So very good deals at the moment for under £300. They're on to Southeast Asia for another 150. Good for you, mate. What month would that be exactly? That sounds good. Good for you, mate. Good for you. I've been to India. I mean, I don't know the script of the visa with India anymore, but when I went there, I booked a flight there about 15 years ago. And it was only after I booked the flight that I realized that visa can be a bastard to get hold of. You have to know somebody in India. It was lucky that I had an Indian friend who put me in touch with his dad in India, whose name I can use. But that visa can be very awkward. But best of luck anyway. Super Adventures, is Windows 10 or 11 better? Well, 11's probably better, but this is Windows 11. This is Windows 11 that I'm using here. It's good enough. Kiki and Jasmine on the tail of a coffee in Dublin is now €6 or €7. More if you want to sit outside of one of the high streets, like O'Connell Street or Grafton Street. Welcome to the rip-off Republic. What's the matter with that? I mean, everywhere's expensive now, mate. Everywhere's expensive. Everywhere. Ireland, Dublin. I've heard that's to pay that price for the coffee. That does sound like a bloody rip-off. But I went down to the town centre a few days ago. They got some nice fish and chip shops. Yeah, where I live, and I seen some highly rated fish and chip shops. I looked outside, and you're talking about bloody 17 quid for the fish and chips, for Christ's sake. What a rip-off. Everything's a bloody rip-off now. Everything's a rip-off. I think I'll stick to my £1.65 co-op lasagnas. Let's see, Paul Hoskin. The manga party, Ed, as PM, me as tourist minister. I suppose you'll sample the cuisine as well as Paul. Yeah, get high on your own supply. Yeah, I'm sure you will. Delayed Dave. I went away in '93. That was what the time I was there. It rained solidly. No, I was there in 2003. It rained solidly for 5 days. Yeah, but you can be unlucky with the weather, especially in the rainy season. You can be unlucky. Leo Malley, all I remember about Way was being in a bar run solely by blind people. Heavens above, heavens above. Ian Bowden, Ed, me and Barb are planning to revisit Da Nang, then Hoi An, then Dalat for our first 2 weeks in January. Have you been to Dalat? Yeah, I've been to Dalat, and that was a nice place. That's in the mountains there. I went from Saigon, and I think it was the bus journey about 6 hours, something like that. It was about 6 hours, something like that. I went there by bus, and it was a nice, it was like nice and cool in the because whereas Saigon was very, very, very hot. Dalat was nice and cool, and it was nice. There was lakes there, and I went on this lovely tour. There's little waterfalls there. There's the countryside's really, really nice. Very, very nice, pleasant place. A lot of people. It wasn't my favorite place, but I did meet some people who said that is a place they would like to retire to in Vietnam. So well worth checking out. Well worth checking out. Vin Valentine. Ed, what do you plan to do with this glorious weekend sunshine that will be short-lived as usual? I don't know. I've seen all the, probably take a walk and I mean where I live. I know Devon's beautiful, but it doesn't really do anything for me because I've seen it because I live here. I've seen it all anyway. Okay. Mark Alec, Thatcher. Thatcher was our wonderful prime minister. She won 3 landslide elections, and yet you never meet anyone who admits to voting for her. Crazy. Okay. Pattaya Steve busted gigantic space opera gonads. Hi Ed, I've just been through same process you have, but harder, as I just stopped, being similar timings. Can we have a few beers, or does that open up a can of worms? And what happens next in Pattaya? Well, with regards to when I next go abroad, will I start drinking beer in the hot sunshine? Well, I've said it before, but I'll cross that. Yeah. Yeah, I'll cross that bridge when it comes to. Oh, we got a troll here. We got a troll. I'll put him on the screen. We're not afraid of trolls. Troll Verben. Eddie, when Clive phones in, seems as though you're not interested in what he has to say. Your face is blank, and you just not thinking of what you're going to say next. Really, Troll, you shit-staring bastard, yeah. Okay, Clive, who's McLaren at F1 has phoned in a couple of times, and I'm more concerned with whether people can hear him because the phone-in speaker quality isn't that good. But it was really, really good. And obviously, I'm not used to the phone-in, so I was probably reading the screen. But Clive is phoned in a couple of times, and the people there like him, and I like him. And it's you that I don't like, Toll. I don't like you, Toll. Who you got to stare shit with next? Anyway, there you go. Toll Verben, ladies and gentlemen. A round of applause for Toll Verben. Toll Verben, the shit starer of the night. Okay, here we go. Sean Harris. Sean Adams, who would win in a hypothetical fist fight between Rishi and King? Oh, I'm not. Oh God Almighty, who cares? Peace and harmony. Who's this? Yeah, who was this? We've got somebody phoning in here. We've got somebody phoning in here. Who is this? Hello? 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 Who are you?
Hello?
Yes, hello?
Hello? Clive.
It's Clive.
Hello?
No, I don't know. I don't know that's weird. That's not Clive. That's somebody else. It's not working anyway there. Okay. Let me see now. Where are we? Okay. Yogi Bear, look what the cat's dragged in. Good coffee. How you doing, fella? Okay. Okay. Citizen Mikey, what's the dodgiest place you've ever been to, Eddie? The dodgiest place I've ever been. Well, to be honest with you, the very, very first visit to the Philippines, I thought that was a bit dodgy. That was about 20 years or more than 20 years ago. That was a bit dodgy. But then my second visit to the Philippines, you know, it had cleared up and it was really, really quite good. Let's see. Mister says e-motor goes 50 miles an hour, no brakes. I know, I've seen it. Just got to see this. Ian Baum, was that teenage idiot trying to evade our cops deserving of our lefty media sympathy? Or should we sympathize with our police for not stopping him and questioning him before his demise? Well, I mean, apparently there was riots going on. Was that in Cardiff or am I confused with something else? I mean, yeah, you know, I mean, it's crazy. I don't think the cops are, you know, shouldn't really, you know, if that's an ongoing investigation, I can't really comment on it. But anyone should avoid those bloody e-bikes. I know that much. Yeah, Maradop, Ap Reinhold. Ed, you pinpointed Siam Reap as the place you might like to retire, but that was before your latest visit to Cambodia. Have you changed your mind? Not necessarily, not necessarily. Somebody asked me the other day where would I like to retire, and funny enough, that was one of the first places that I thought of. What wonderful! It was absolutely Siam Reap is a great little place. And the thing is, I know I was followed back to the hotel by a bloody lady boy, but I'd make damn sure that that wouldn't happen again. But no, Siam Reap's a terrific place, definitely. If you've never been there, go check it out. Mark Oleg, Minnesota Lynx basketball game in New York was cancelled due to the poor air quality. Well, I mean that's really really bad. I mean, you know, but I think that the people, you know, you yourself and the other you know people there in Minnesota. You know, my thoughts are with you at the moment. Anyway, I hope everything was okay there. Yeah, David Coleman. So, Eddie, maybe I should consider Nicaragua instead of Costa Rica. Jamaica is also getting expensive. Cuba is ninth off my list now. Ninth from my list now. The food. Oh, Cuba is. Oh, you meant to say off my list now. The food. Yeah, the food in Cuba. You see the things. I go to places. I see Cuban restaurants and something. If you actually go to Cuba, the food is pretty awful. There's that black bean rice and stuff there. I didn't like the food in Cuba. I liked all the other things in Cuba, but not really the food. But maybe you should consider Nicaragua instead of Costa Rica. Well, maybe you should consider both of them. I mean, don't necessarily take my word for it. I know people who've been to Costa Rica and who really, really liked it there. But it didn't really do it for me. Whereas Nicaragua, I was in that town called Granada, which is the old capital, and which is really, really um, which is really, really characterful, you know, Spanish colonial stuff. And it was full of cats. And one thing about Nicaragua, the live bands were wonderful. I stayed in a private house with a Nicaraguan family, and it had to have bars on the window, but it was close to all the nightlife and everything. And yeah, check out Nicaragua, definitely. Englishman in Malta is here. Englishman in Malta is here. Good evening. Nice to hear from you, mate. Nice to hear. Englishman in Malta's got a wonderful YouTube channel called Englishman in Malta. Check him out. Nice to hear from you, mate. Yeah, Mr. says about the e-bikes built around expensive battery. Error, absolutely. Built around expensive battery. Error. Yeah, I've heard someone was saying that if you have an e-bike and you charge it up at home, you know, that battery can bloody, you know, go up in flames. So be careful. Yoz Travels. Good evening, Yoz. Nice to hear from you. Yoz is doing well. He's had some great travels in Thailand. He's booked there again, and he's enjoying the sun at home and everything. So nice to hear from you, Yoz. Hope all's well. Let me see. Legan, hi, Eddie. I live in upstate New York and saw and smell the smoke from those fires in Canada. I don't remember ever seeing this before. The USA do a send some aid. Oh, do you get across the boat? Oh well, best of luck to you, Legan. Best of luck. Best of luck to you. Sergio, nice to hear from you. Robert Burnett, nice to hear from you, but I can't put your comment on the screen. Englishman in Malta, what do you think about Boris resigning? Bollocks to him. Bollocks to Boris. I mean, he's a here today. I won't say he's a here today, gone tomorrow politician, because he's been around for a long time. But apparently he's resigned his seat, has he? I mean, this has happened this evening. Nadine Dorries has resigned their seat, so that's going to be another by-election. Boris, who I don't know. Who cares about? I don't care about Boris. He wouldn't care about you. He wouldn't care about anyone except for himself. So I don't see why we should care about him. You know. Probably hasn't got a sincere bone in his body. Yogi Bear. I just had to do a statement. This is the guy who was involved in a shootout in the Philippines. I just had to do a statement, but I told him I saw nothing. But I sat in Cafe Cubana. I was there, wasn't I? I done some video from Cafe Cubana. I was there. Cafe, got a lovely place. I was in Cafe Cuban and P. Berger Street, and it all kicked off. It was like Dirty Harry's shoot it okay, but I'm fine, thanks. Oh, Jesus Christ. That must be quite alarming. Yeah, I was in the nightlife in that area was wonderful, some great live bands and everything. But like a Dirty Harry's shooter, I think I'd rather watch it on the big screen rather than be involved in it. Okay, Ian Barnes put this question on the screen. We're going to answer this question in a minute. We'll come back to this question, but in the meantime, I'm just going to have another. I'm just going to make another hot chocolate. Yo! Okay, in Bowden's question. Would you rather video stand and video a terrible situation, or would you be brave enough to go in and help out? Talking about that horrendous Syrian immigrant yesterday in France. Oh my God, oh my, that evil bastard. Evil bastard who because his visa was denied, I think he was in Sweden and then he was in France in the Alps, a nice alpine place in the France, nice peaceful holiday destination. The evil bastard, he was about 30 years old, Syrian refugee. He went and he just stabbed lots of children, a couple of adults, and he stabbed children. And, oh, what evil bastard, evil bastard. Now, the question is, would you rather video stand and video a terrible situation? Well, first of all, what I will say, Ian, is that that's a good question, by the way. What I will say, the person who took the video of that, don't forget, he was doing something useful, because he was the person who videoed that was given evidence. He was given evidence to people. It's a much needed evidence, so that's very important. But what you're saying, would you get if I seen an evil bastard like that, randomly stabbing children, I'd have a go. I'd have a go. Even if the odds were stacked against me, I would have to have a go. I would have to get in there and try and wrestle him, or help that situation. I would have to. I just feel I couldn't stand by and watch something like that. But fortunately, there are people are not all that bad. There were people there who could have run away, but they did tackle them. There are people who did tackle him. They simply couldn't stomach what he was doing. So full credit to those people. That's all I'm saying. I'd have to do something. Yeah. John Mitch, Boris Johnson can sign up for his new Sue Colin now, working as a circus clown. Okay. We got that. Yeah, Boris Johnson, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Yeah, Boris Johnson, big round of applause. Big round. Yeah, what a Boris Johnson, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. I don't think I'd go into. I think he'd make a good circus clown. Nice to hear from you, John. Nice to hear from you. Nicholas, who's going to India. I've already had my visa. That is a year visa, and the price of these flight costs are for next week. Good for you, mate. Good for you, Nicholas. Wonderful. Good for you, mate. Good for you. Good for you. Good for you. Mark Oliver, 500 quid of a coffee, or was it five? Absolutely. Ian Barnes, sorry, but my typing skills are rubbish tonight. No thanks too many days. Oh, I tend to. Do you know something? Because I'm used to my handwriting was always very bad. A lot of people couldn't understand my handwriting. But what I tend to find now, because I'm on the computer so much and I type things on the computer, and I can actually type. I can type. Keyboard type. I often find that when I come to actually write anything with a pen, I've forgotten how to write with a pen. It all comes out scribbly and all kinds of stuff. Yeah, Mark Olick, I blame the keyboard for my typing errors. Okay. Cats and Good Coffee. I saw a video of a gents club in Pattaya trying to innovate by opening at around 10 a.m. so that you can start partying early and sleep at night like a normal person instead of wasting the day sleeping. Do you really gain anything from that, though? Do you gain it? I'm not sure. I mean, those gentlemen's clubs, to me, they're like a new phenomenon in Pattaya, because I've always gone to beer bars, really. Those gentlemen clubs, there are people who go there for daytime. They go for daytime, don't they? And I don't want to in a beautiful hot climate like that. I don't want to go beyond beyond closed doors. In the daytime. So I've never really bothered too much with them anyway. But well, maybe next time. Maybe next time. Wanderer, Eddie, Philippines is not dodgy. You need a trip there again, especially the islands. I've been to islands there. Cebu, Angeles, Manila are the worst place to go. Otherwise, a very safe country. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Yours travels. I have made the decision not to do any cruises or summer holiday this year. Just means I can do Thailand from November to March. Makes sense, more bang from your buck. Yeah, good for him. He's been there and done that. He's done his cruises. Yours before he went to Thailand, he loved his cruises, and I've never ever done one. I'd love to go on a big ship. I'd love to see that. So you're having a bit of adventure, mate. Good for you. Jason Finch, Eddie, I don't want nothing to change here in Pattaya. Oh, well, it's everything changes, mate, but I know what you mean. Eason, man, and nice to hear from you, Eason, man. He's my Facebook friend. He lives in Eason, and he has a lot of great information. Jeremy Corbyn said in debate he would unfreeze all state pensions, and he put it in the Labour Party manifesto. Needless to say, it disappeared from the Labour Party agenda after he was ousted. Oh, they're all say one thing, do another. Yours travels. Hopefully, if this weather continues, more golf and barbecues in the back garden. Okay, good for you. Well, yours is living the life. He's living the life. Good for him. Let's see. Richie, though. Ed, have you ventured back into Sports Direct or Asda? No. Pissed off with both of them. They can all bugger off. Sports Direct, rubbish. Load of rubbish. Yeah, there we go. Inbound, so Clive was a very good phone. Yeah, I like Clive. Clive made a good phone. I'm behind with the chat. You can tell I'm behind it. Yeah, Clive was a very, very good phone, and he phoned in, and he's welcome to phone in again. And Toll, what a stupid name Toll is anyway. Okay, yeah, let's see. Inbound, Toll the troll. Yeah, Easter man, Clive was good, absolutely. Okay. Gemini Star. Definitely want to see Clive in the chat. We'll ask Clive. We'll ask Clive one of these days. Yeah, to come on StreamYards. We will. Clive is he's done a good phone, and so I'm sure he'll do a good good guess. McLaren. That was me. Okay, fair enough. That was fair enough. Okay, let's see. Okay, so there's some really, really good questions here. There's some really, really good questions here, and I hope that. Oh, I'm going to try and catch it. Apologies. Apologies if big apologies if I'm missing out on people here. Yeah, Yours travel. Jeff Carter hasn't posted in 5 days. I hope he's okay. Oh, I'm sure Jeff's okay. I'm sure he does some food videos, and I'm sure Jeff will be back. Okay. Lisa Dale is here. Lisa Dale, nice to hear from you, Lisa Dale. Lisa Dale, when is your next sex holiday? Are you offering me sex, Lisa? Are you offering me sex? Are you propositioning me, Lisa? Do you want to go to bed with me, Lisa? Is that what it is? You find me attractive? Well, I've got news for you, Lisa. I don't find you attractive. You dirty, smelly, sweaty minge. Okay. Sorry, Lisa, but you're not my type. Okay. There we go. See, yeah. Mark, I'll smoke him if you got him. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, Mark Alec liked the video on the Acropolis. Have you ever seen the video I done on the Acropolis? It wasn't to everyone's safe, but it's there on the other channel. Anyway, the Steady Eddie Live channels. Okay, so sorry if I'm skipping through all of these. Ian Bowden, couldn't politicians only think of themselves in their own personal bubbles and business partners? Politics is now pure business. Of course it is. I mean, I'm sure all politicians, prime ministers and whatever, they're looking forward to that day when they can earn tens of thousands of pounds doing after dinner speeches around the world. I'm sure that's what they're all in for. I mean, I'm tempted to say that people are people, and there's always been sly bastards amongst politicians. But you do, and when I was growing up, you do get the feeling that politicians really believed in what they were saying in them days. They were more genuine. You know, Harold Wilson. You know, I mean, he was the first prime minister that I knew of when I was a kid. Harold Wilson, and then he made a comeback some years later, and also. What's his name? Enoch Powell. He was never a prime minister, but you know, Enoch Powell was Enoch Powell. He's still quoted even today. You know, Barry Hall. Barry Hall, he was the original Pattaya vlogger. Yeah, I think Jeff Carter probably was the original Pattaya vlogger. I was watching Jeff Carter for years, and not a number of years before I even knew that there were any other Pattaya vloggers out there. Jeff Carter's excellent, excellent. Let's see. Mark Alec, it's all about the money. They only care about the money. Of course they do. I mean, Tony Blair, that honourable man, Tony Blair, all pure smarm. I mean, he makes a bloody fortune doing after dinner speeches and all of this kind of stuff. It's all about the money. Let's see. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to skip through this. Apologies if I've missed anyone because I'm well behind. Yeah, okay, here we go. It was this. Hang on a minute. Yeah, I'm just going to do a quick phone call. We've missed it. We missed that one. We missed that one. It's gone off. Yeah, Ian Bowden, only 24 likes. Come on, guys. Okay, thank you for that, Ian. Thank you. Press the like button, everybody. Press the like button. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything, and it helps this channel to grow. David Coleman. If I saw this and the kids, I would have to do everything I could. You could not stand there. Absolutely. I mean, you would. I mean, you. I mean, they were tackling a guy with a bloody knife, especially a guy who's probably a lot younger and fitter than I am. But if you've seen that, I would have to do something. Full credit to the people who got stuck in there. There are people who got stuck in there, even to their own injury. I would have to do something. You know, I don't think you could live with yourself afterwards, really. And let's hope that person, evil person, gets the highest penalties. Okay, let's see. Yeah, ridicule. Yeah, ridicule you. Ridicule you, something like that. I just tuned in, mate, after a hard day's work, 12 hours. Round of applause for the workers, the backbone of this country. Are you still after booze? I just can't stop myself after working so much. Well, I'm still after booze, but I don't work, to that level anymore. I'm actually drinking hot chocolate, and it's very, very tasty. Yeah, I'm after booze. I can understand, mate. I can understand how, after a long day's work, you just need a cold beer. You just need it. I can really, really understand that, mate. But it does take its toll eventually. And look at the videos that I've made on this channel about that subject. I mean, it eventually became addictive for me. I became dependent on it. But yeah, you deserve a couple of cold beers. But if you find yourself drinking too much, do something about it. Paul Hoskin, Boris is the only one who has charisma. Of course, he's got charisma. Hi, Boris. Hello, Boris. How's it going, Boris? There you go. Best of luck, Boris. Okay. Boris Johnson. Good evening, Ed. I'm definitely not a clown. I'm just articulate clown. I'm most popular prime minister in UK history, making people laugh at me. You're the most popular comical prime minister in UK history. How do you do a Boris impersonation? I can't do a Boris impersonation. It's something. It goes something like that. Let's see. Okay. Mark Oleg wants to know if Clive accepts PayPal. Oh, that's interesting, isn't it? That's interesting. Sure, Clive will tell us. If we got here. Here's somebody phoning in. Hello? You're breaking up there. You're breaking up. Yes. Yes.
It's Boris.
Who are you?
Boris Johnson.
You're Boris Johnson. Okay, Boris Johnson.
Boris Johnson. Yes.
Here we go. Yeah, go on. Do your impression. Do your impression of Boris Johnson.
I'm telling you to just stay at home, protect the virus, and I'll go the NHS.
Okay. And don't forget the bit about lying through your teeth about just about everything. Don't forget that bit. Okay.
I hate to burst your bubble as well, but I've met Lisa Dale.
You've met Lisa Dale. I've met her boyfriend.
She's rather nice.
She's rather nice, is she? Lisa Dale is rather nice.
I'd rather give her one, yes.
Oh, God, yeah. I've actually met Lisa Dale's Gambian lover. It was a guy I met in Pattaya, and he told me he watches my channel under the name of Lisa Dale's Gambian lover, and he actually looked like a school teacher, funnily enough.
Yes, but I think she's been playing away.
Very, very good. Very, very good. Good impression.
I try.
Okay.
I'll invite you to the next birthday party.
Okay, so the next birthday party. So now that you've retired, what are you going to do now? Are you going to join the circus, or are you going to make tens of thousands of pounds on the after dinner speech circuit?
I don't know. I don't like you calling me a clown too much.
I can think of worse words than that. Yeah, Mark Oleg says Helen Waite is our credit manager. If you want credit, go to Helen Waite. Okay. Yeah, Bugsy's here. Let's just say to Bugsy, 61. I think Lisa Dale doesn't need a man. Most towns have over 30s discos, over 30 stone, and leave your mobility scooter outside. Nice to hear from you, Bugsy. Nice to hear from you. Gemini Star says Lisa Dale already has a man. Paul Hoskin. Okay. So anyway, Boris, what are you up to today? Anyway.
What did you think about my quiz night idea?
The quiz night, it was good. I mean, I'd need to work on that, or we'd need to work on that. I mean, we'd need to really work on that one. It's not something that you could suddenly do. You'd need to plan something like that, wouldn't you? But it does seem like a good idea.
My idea was the winner of the quiz night every month.
Yeah.
Maybe if we have a panel of four contestants, maybe then that we get 5 questions per contestant.
Yeah.
And then the winner has to set the questions for the next month.
Okay, it sounds good. I'd need to work on that one. We would need to work on that one, and and plan something like that. It sounds a bit it sounds a bit, you know, advanced really, but you need to plan for something like that. I mean, this is really spare the moment.
Ambitious for us, isn't it? It's ambitious.
Absolutely. You know, Eastern Man's made a good point here. Eastern Man says Thatcher, Norman Tebbit, Tony Benn, Barbara Castle were all proper politicians. Loved them or hate them, they knew what they believed in. They believed in what they preached and what you were getting. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you've got a point there. They were real politicians. Sean Harris. Ed, do you ever go to casinos? No, no. I had a friend that was it was a gambler, but no, not for me. I've never been bitten by the cat. I learned the hard way many years ago not to gamble. I'm really squeaky clean. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't do illegal substances.
What do you do? Don't drink, don't smoke.
I don't gamble. I know, Adam. So, do you, do you live the rock star life? Do you, Clive? I mean, do you drink, smoke, and all that kind of stuff?
Oh God, yeah. I'm Mick Jagger.
Really?
I'm Mick Jagger life.
Yeah. So you're Keith Richards and I'm Cliff Richard. Okay. No, I'm not Cliff Richard. No, I'm not Cliff Richard. Yeah, Barry Hall. He's making a good point here. I just got back from Pattaya. It has become too expensive now. They are taking the Mickey. I will start going to cheaper places from now on. Pattaya. I mean, have you been to Pattaya much, Clive?
Twice.
Twice. When were you last there?
2018.
So that wasn't that long ago, was it? So we've had the pandemic since then. So the price. Yeah, I see. Pattaya. Well, I'd still say that Pattaya is one of the cheaper places that you can ever go to. Really, it's certainly cheaper than other places in Thailand. So.
We felt both times. Like we stayed at Score Beach Hotel.
Yeah.
So I mean, you know, that's as cheap as it is. I don't know how cheap it was. We paid for it all, like, because obviously, like, you know, get a site to pay for things is cheaper. I mean, we used to like hide. Me and a bloke called Mick. Another guy with his Thai missus. We used to hide around the corner, like, when they get a taxi.
Yeah.
And then the taxi driver's face, like, when you get jumped in the back, is like, it's hilarious.
Barry Hall, wherever you are, Barry Hall, if you would like to phone in and tell us why you think Pattaya is really, really expensive, there's the number on the screen. If you want to phone in and tell us why you think Pattaya is too expensive, then, you know, feel free, you know, give us a phone call. It's, you know, it's just standard rate, you know, it's just ordinary, you know, there's no scam involved. It's just an ordinary phone call. Whatever you pay is what you pay. But
I'll jump off the phone so you can call.
Oh no, you not yet. He might too late. No, stay on for a while anyway. No, stay on for a while. Let's see. Yeah. Let me see. Yours Travels says Pattaya is still dirt cheap. I wouldn't say it's dirt cheap, but everywhere's got more expensive. But it's certainly not. I mean, Barry's saying something totally different. Yours Travels, I found Phuket and Krabi, where I stay, mainly is double the price of Pattaya. It's certainly in terms of accommodation. Let's see. Okay. David Com. Oh, okay. So anyway, so we're going to talk about some. We might get a phone call. I'll put that. Did I put that number on the screen there? I'm going to put it back on the screen anyway. We may get somebody phoning in anyway. Okay, so there's the number. Anyone wants to phone in, even if you want to, even if you want to phone in and tell me that I'm a TWAT, then feel welcome to do so. So anyway, there's a couple of things that I want to talk about right now. And this is this is something to do with. We talked a little bit about politics, so I'll save that. I'll say no. We'll get this one out of the way. Where really, it's not going to be too long. This question. Tandra is here. Nice to see you, Tandra. Nice to see you. Hi, Clive. Nice to hear from you, Tandra. Hope all's well. Oh, okay. So the question is, I glanced at the news. It's the honours list, isn't it? I mean, apparently there's controversy. All the Boris is nominated people for knighthoods and whatever, and yeah, you know, honours and Rishi appears to have accepted, or it's the Bora news story went something like that. It just made me think. Let's see. Okay, so I don't know how to phrase it any better than this. This is the best way of phrasing it, okay? As subtle as a demolition ball. Okay, is the honours system a load of bollocks? I mean, it just, the reason I'm saying this is that I'm on the news before, and these politicians, they're getting backhanders. They're getting backhanders for nominating people for knighthoods and you know, for OBEs and MBEs and all the other stuff, Knight of the Realm, and women getting damehood and all this kind of stuff. And not only are most of these people not deserving of these awards. I mean, why did you get? Do you not find that there's knights, people who've got the name Sir in front of their name, and you've never even heard of these people, and you wonder where the hell they got this knighthood? That person, Fred Goodwin, Sir Fred Goodwin, who you know, those who remember the financial crash fiasco. You know, will grit your teeth at the name of Sir Fred Goodwin. So where did he ever get a knighthood from? I know. Keir Starmer is a knight, Sir Keir Starmer. Where did that bloody knighthood ever come from? Why is he a knight? Why is he a knight? It's all a load of bollocks. And look at some of the people in the past who've been given knighthoods. Some very, very dodgy people. There was a guy who was a DJ with white hair and glasses, and he smoked cigars. We can't say his name because his name, but he's known for saying now then. He became known as Sir Now Then, and he got a bloody knighthood.
Services to young people.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, Mark Oleg says, after I passed 60, everyone calls me Sir. Yeah, I must admit, on my travels, I mean, I've met some young people, you know, young backpackers in places like South America. I met some young backpackers. When I've chatted to them, they've called me Sir. I mean, in a way, that's like saying, you're an old bastard. You're too old to travel. You know, you're not one of us. Do you ever get called Sir, do you, Clive?
Not really, no. No. I
got called Sir when I was pulled in by the police a couple of years back. They didn't like the way that I was driving, something like that.
Yeah, I've had a few of that from the police. I was talking about the police.
Yeah.
There was a drug raid. Two factories down from my factory yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, the C word was pulled from the front of their factory, and there were people there all day.
Yeah.
There were C plants everywhere.
Oh, jeez.
It's quite interesting yesterday.
Yeah. I mean, I'd say one of the strangest lines I did when I last had a conversation with the police, and I swear I'm not making it up. One of the lines was, "Have you ever been breathalyzed before, Sir?" What a strange bloody. Well, at least he called me Sir, didn't he? Oh, Jesus Christ!
I've never been breathalyzed, but I've come back from. Well, no, actually, it was in Turkey. It's is it Antalya? No, is it Antalya Airport?
Yeah, I know Antalya Airport. Yeah.
I used to smoke the C word at one time, right? And they were doing random drug tests, right?
Oh, God Almighty! Yeah.
And, they did one on the ex-wife. And I'm thinking, I was like sat down thinking, don't do me, don't do me.
Jesus. I tell you.
That was to re-enter the UK.
Yeah.
That was quite, you know, when we were in the airport in Turkey.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, Clive, you don't want to end up in Turkish prison. You'll end up like Billy Hayes.
Yeah, they just wouldn't. They'd just be a bit of trouble getting back home.
Yeah, it sounded nice to have. Eddie, what about Nadine Dorries? She says she didn't become a baroness because she didn't go to Oxford or Cambridge. Yeah, it was, yeah, I mean, they're all clicky. I mean, I think she's from Liverpool or Birkenhead originally. One of those people. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know about Nadine as a politician, but she seems likable enough. You know, but it's all it's all. I think she's resigned. They were right in saying she resigned because she didn't get an honour, which presumably she was promised. It's all a load of rubbish. It's all a load of rubbish. I mean, I think there's something on there's something on YouTube on a short video where Keith Richard appears to be ridiculing Sir Mick Jagger. For getting his knighthood. It's all a load of rubbish. Yeah, Ian Bowden, the nurse who saved her life should be honoured instead of these tosses. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. Let me see. Okay, I think there's some rumours going around. Someone's spreading rumours. I don't know about this. I don't know about this. Jeff, as far as I know, Jeff Carter is alive. Someone's spreading rumours about it. You know, you do get that occasionally. Someone's spreading rumours that he's not. I wouldn't. I'd take that with a pinch of salt, to be honest with you. Okay. Let's see. Okay.
It'll be Sir Ricky Sunak before long, won't it?
Sir Rich. Oh, he'll get a knighted. I'm sure he'll get a right. Yeah, Paul Hoskin. Yeah, Paul Hoskin. Why does Richie Sunak fly everywhere in a private jet when a video conference would do? I think we've had this conversation. I mean, maybe he flies in a private jet because, maybe it's keeping up appearances, isn't it? Rishi
Sunak services to London.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Sandra says Nadine resigned today. She started off as a nurse for 10 years and worked her way up. Okay. Yeah, but Mark Holly reminds me of when they thought Paul was dead. Yeah, I think the rumor that someone's putting around about someone being dead, I think I don't believe it somehow. I don't believe it. I think someone's just being a little bit foolish. Mazza, evening, Eddie. Any plans for another dirty dozen? Not at the moment. Not at the moment, mate. Let's see. Okay. Tandra. Yeah, Tandra. Yeah, Tandra. Jacob Rees-Mogg becomes a... It just... Clive, you've heard of Jacob Rees-Mogg, yeah? He might be a good politician. He's got a big posh voice. He might be a nice guy. Do you think he deserves to be called Sir? No. Apart
from being posh.
Yeah, I mean, for what reason has he become a Sir? Because he's played golf with Boris Johnson. Is that the reason? I'm sure all these people might play golf together, and that's why they're nominating each other for a knighthood. Bloody awful.
I mean, it's a nice name, nice biblical name, isn't it, Joseph? I mean, obviously they went to church, and all the rest of it. But why? Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Yeah, Mark Alex, Sir Steady Eddie as a ring to. I kind of like that. Sir Steady. That would be good, wouldn't it? That would be good. Okay. Anyway, there's some rumours going around about people in the chat, so I'd ignore it. I'd take it as a pinch of salt. So anyway, we agree that the knighthood stuff is all a load of bollocks. It's all a load of bollocks. Anyway, Clive, why don't you come on StreamYard sometime? Well, I'll send you the link via Facebook. Next week, I'll send you the link via Facebook, and you can come on and you can
see my ugly bald mug, man.
Yeah, absolutely. If you want to come on next week, you can be a good guest. We had Sean Harris. I tried to get Sean Harris on a few weeks back, but the StreamYards can be very, very temperamental, and it wasn't working properly. Wasn't working properly, but he came on this week, and he was a really, really, really good guest. I mean, people really liked him. So, if you want to come on as a guest, I can tell you
about my exploits in the Philippines, and a way of exploiting man, because obviously the wife has been so both times.
Yeah.
But I mean, I had a great time in Philippines. It's not dangerous.
Well, Philippines.
Like, what you would probably call a dangerous place in Philippines. They were hollow block, as in breeze block buildings and all that through tin roofs. And they're the loveliest people in the world. You treat people with respect, and they give you respect back.
Yeah, yeah. The Philippines. I mean, the people are lovely there. But the thing about the Philippines, it is a different kettle of fish to Thailand. And what I find, I tend to find that the street sellers, the hawkers, the street hawkers, were a different kettle of fish. They were more aggressive in the Philippines than in other places. Definitely more.
There's been a wave of Chinese sort of mafia type people, like getting into especially Pattaya and and northern Thailand as well.
Yeah.
Where they've been like they've been setting up casinos and places like that, people trafficking, ringing Thai people up, like and trying to rip them off and scam them.
Yeah.
I think it's a Chinese wave, to be honest.
Yeah.
The Chinese are just nuts.
Yeah, I mean, but I mean, the street hawkers, I mean, in the Philippines, they will pick an argument with you, if you refuse them. They got a bit of slyness about them. Ian Bowden said David Attenborough. I actually agree that he is a say. Oh, David Attenborough is wonderful. And he's also very, very humble. I mean, he very modest. He often says that in his shows he tends to get all the credit for it. So there is a team behind him. But David Attenborough does the wildlife stuff. He's a legend. I'd agree with him becoming a knighthood. Bobby Crush. Oh no, not him. Okay. Yeah, let's see. Eastern man. There's already 776 in the House of Lords, and every time a prime minister goes, they add more. Apparently, didn't Boris Johnson nominate a youngest girl who wasn't being a politician for very long to go in the House of Lords to give it a peerage or bloody so? That's all getting bizarre. We all know that they nominate their friends. They nominate the people who they have dinner parties with, and it's all clicky and it's all bollocks, really. It's all bollocks.
What about Tony Blair? I mean, kind of basically fabricating like weapons of mass destruction and all the rest of it, go and invade Iraq and all the rest of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, Tony Blair, I mean, he'll just tell you what he wants, what you want to hear. He was very, very, he was like a crafty, very, very crafty double glazing salesman. He would tell you what you wanted to hear in order to get a sale. And admittedly, he was very, very successful at it. And he makes a fortune out of after dinner speeches and all that.
That's the only reason that Labour got in Tony Blair.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but let's see, Mark Ollig, treat others the way you wish to be treated. I tried that, and if they treat me like sheep, well, I beat them up. Good for you, Mark. Good for you. Good for you. Good for you. Bobby Crush, when you have economic power over poor people, they treat you with respect. Okay, and puts that in inverted commas there. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Bobby Crush. It was Sir David Attenborough introduced football matches to the BBC. Okay, but that was before my time. Bobby Crush, 340 quid a day allowance for just signing in at the House of Lords. Bastards. Okay. Mark Ollig, Minnesota Vikings will come to England a lot to play an American football game for you. Okay, fair enough. Okay, so anyway, what I'm going to do now is we've gone on a little bit long. It was great. It was great of Clive to come on, and hopefully you can all hear Clive, because this is why I pay a bit worried, because when somebody phones up, I worry about whether you can actually hear them, because it's a mobile phone. But if you can hear Clive, I can hear them, so hopefully you can hear them. It's all fine.
I'm told happy now.
Okay, so anyway, I'm going to get that off the screen. Okay, so here's another question, right? Here's another question. Okay, here we go. Here's another question. Yeah, this is an ex-certificate one. Lisa Dale's here. The sexy, exotic, erotic Lisa Dale is in the house. So we're gonna do a sex, because all she thinks about is sex. So we're gonna do a question for her, okay? And the question is, this is in light of a news report, it was on MSN, that I heard about Quentin Tarantino, that fine filmmaker. Apparently, he had to pay a small fortune. He had to pay a small fortune, in a lap dancing club, because I think he was sucking the strippers' feet or something like that. Apparently, he has a foot fetish. So anyway, the question is, do you have any fetishes? That, try not to be too vulgar about this one. Yeah, anything. Do you have anything? Well, no. Anybody out there? Anybody out there? I'm not asking you. Do you have any? Because I'm not that smart. But if somebody wanted to comment on this one in a subtle way,
I like legs.
Legs.
Nice shapely, but sort of thinner, not tree trunks, but nice long legs.
Yeah. Okay, Mark Alex, sexy Lisa, ooh la la. Okay. Ian Bowden, Lisa Dale, Roger or Dodger. That is definitely an almighty Dodger. Yeah, Mark Howard, Clive is all right in my book and even in my e-book. Good for you. Good for you, Clive. Good for you. Yeah, if Ian Bowden can't say his missus is watching, okay. Yeah, Mark Oleg, I have a TNA fetus. Good for you. Good for you. Good for you. I mean, I like women to be not a fetus, but women to be natural. No tattoos, nice, firm, wobbly, womanly bits, and nice and hairy in all the right places. That's what I like. Tandra, Clive or what? Okay, Tandra says Clive or what? Yeah, Cattle coffee. I never understood why some dudes like women's feet, but feet are possibly the ugliest part of the body. Didn't Fergie, the Duchess of Pork, she had her financial advisor sucking her toes, didn't she? And probably other things as well.
Nice.
Yeah, Sports Direct. I'll put this on the screen. I'm not going to repeat what he says.
I can't see it.
Mark Oleg. Yeah, okay. I can't actually repeat one. But Tandra, TNA, what's that? It's something that a woman has, a real woman, Sandra. Let's see. Paul Hoskin. Oh, but some of this is getting a bit smutty. Paul Hoskin, I can't put that one on the screen. Yeah, Bugsy, you must have turned Lisa down or something. She was turned into an obsessive stalker. Jesus Christ, imagine playing Misty for. Imagine you were a DJ and you started getting stalked by a woman and it turns out she looked like Lisa Dale. Oh, that's it. I'd rather be stalked by Chucky, Chucky, these psycho doll out of those movies. Yeah, Bobby Cross. I slept with Lisa Dale. I thought it had her in it. I was banging with it before I realized it just had the. Okay, we're getting a bit full. We're getting a bit vulgar here. We're getting a bit vulgar. Okay, so some of this is getting really, really dirty. I can't put this on the screen. Yeah, but Bobby Cross says if Lisa Dale slept on another fat bed, they'd rock themselves to sleep. People, okay.
My colleague, teeth and ankles. That's a bit specific, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, real touch for Ang. Yeah. I think it's something else, actually. Yeah, Capo 17. Yes, I want to sex it. Oh, yeah. It's getting really. It's Mark Allen says, "Are we crossing the line yet?" Yeah, I think we are crossing the line. Yeah, but Barry for me, I'm going to put this one on. Is a naked Japanese lady covered in sushi considered a fetus? Yeah, absolutely. All right, I haven't got anything. I'm actually really bland. Even stockings and suspenders and suspended. Not for me really. All that kinky underwear stuff. Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah, it's getting cats and good coffee. All they ask is a sandwich like the one Eddie had with 2 Thai ladies on his last trip. Okay. All right, I'm gonna take that one off the screen. That's getting a bit. That's not really very, very YouTube friendly. That one, not very, very.
Steve, you asked the questions.
Okay.
It's your fault, Ed. It's your fault.
Okay. So I asked the questions. Well, it seemed when the report was about Quentin Tarantino. And have you ever seen Quentin Tarantino in an interview, Clive? Oh, he's a bit weird. He's a very, very talented guy, but Christ almighty, a bit weird, really.
Wasn't he on Reservoir Dogs?
He was the director. He was the writer and director of Reservoir Dogs.
What did he star in?
Pulp Fiction.
Oh, yeah, Pulp Fiction.
He wasn't the star. He was an actor in those movies, but he was the writer and director, and he was.
Yeah, but he did act in one, didn't he?
Yeah.
He
has a beard. But he's very, very talented. But I thought his films, I found his films to be a bit tiresome after that, a bit overlong, and tiresome, really. Yeah.
His imagination's a bit overactive, isn't it?
Okay. Ed Sweeney's 20 stone white back in England. Am I considered a fetus? No, you were considered a perfect lesbian partner for Lisa Dale. That's what you considered. Okay. So anyway, I'm going to ask another question. We're going to make this the final one. Get rid of all of this smutty stuff. Okay. All of this smutty stuff. So, do you have any? Okay. So, get rid of all of this smutty stuff. What was the question? Oh, yeah, there's been an awful lot of okay, so I've been watching a lot of videos about AI, and there's been an awful lot of it, and people are talking about AI quite a lot in the news, and also I'm really, really quite impressed by Apple's forthcoming virtual reality Apple Vision Pro or whatever. It looks absolutely fantastic, and it looks very, very groundbreaking and very exciting. So, I mean, with the 21st century, the science fiction age being such a disappointment up to now, we've got to ask ourselves: is the science fiction future finally happening? Is it finally happening? I mean, because all of a sudden AI, people are finally starting to talk about robots and AI, and they're talking about this Apple VR and all this kind of stuff.
You can feel stuff on there with that Apple VR.
Yeah.
You can feel stuff as well, can't you?
I don't know if you can touch, but I've seen somebody mention something about a dragonfly landed on his hand, but he didn't feel anything.
I'll tell you what, that'll have all sorts of uses, that will, won't it?
Yeah. Yeah, Brian Street, AI, artificial intelligence. Okay, yeah, exactly, yeah. I think AGI, which is going to be artificial general intelligence, that's going to be, quite interesting. Jack Smith, have you ever felt frightened while traveling? Yeah, sort of. In the first time in the Philippines, yeah. Yeah, Mark Oleg. All the tech from 1960s Star Trek is happening. That's great. I mean, I think I grew up watching programs about science fiction, and we grew up thinking the year 2000 is going to be the science fiction age, and it's really been a bit disappointing up to now, the 21st century. I mean, where's my spaceship? I thought by now we'd all have our own personal spaceships. Although some people say that I'm on another planet anyway.
We can't teleport yet.
I know. But
that was on Star Trek. teleporting.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but Bobby Cross says Silicon Valley came up with AI. Yorkshire came up with OI. Okay. Travel and Milkshake. Apple is always leading edge when it comes up to AI. Okay. Wanderer 299. 3D never took off. 3D's been around since the 1950s, hasn't it? You know, I think even John Wayne made a Western with 3D in it. Okay. Yeah, Tanja, what about AI pilots? I'm sure that'll happen. Funnily enough, I think piloting aeroplanes is something that robots probably will be doing in the future. They may even be safer than human beings, AI pilots. G. Wyndham is looking forward to getting it on with an AI. Yeah. Yeah, Mark Oleg wrote a great column today. I'm Facebook friends with Mark. He wrote an excellent column, Bits and Bytes, artificial general intelligence leading to technological singularity. It all sounds fantastic. All sounds really fantastic.
Hello. Mark's getting a bit frisky here. Oh, you want me to bite you?
Who's that?
Mark Oleg. What's that all about? You want me to bite you? I think you're talking to Sandra.
Okay. AI will not need robots to destroy us like in Terminator. AI already has access to our minds via human language. So AI can seduce us like some politicians, celebrities, or cult leaders do. I mean, it's all very, very exciting. I mean, the thing is, it's exciting but frightening at the same time. When it becomes frightening, is when AI and robots get together and create AI robots that can create a physical threat to us. And if you see them, can I get this movie up on the screen? Let me see if I can get this movie up on the screen. Let me see if I can get this movie on the screen. Let me see if I can get that movie on the screen. Have I got that? Let me see if I can get that movie on the screen. No, I haven't got a picture of that movie, unfortunately. But there's a movie, one of my favourite films in recent years. There's a movie with Will Smith called I, Robot. And I was watching it last week, and that movie, well worth a look. Well worth a look. It just looks at what, robots, how robots can become a threat to us. Well worth a look. Yeah, Serge R says, VR, AR is the beginning of the end of TV screens and handheld phones. Bring it on. I was always behind with technology. I mean, when everyone else had videos, I mean, I was very, very late catching on to it. When I finally got a video, everyone had moved on to DVDs. I was very behind with technology, but now that I've gotten used to it, I love the modern technology. Bring it on. I want one of those. What Apple are offering, I want one.
What makes me laugh, though, Apple says don't be on your phone for too long and give yourself off-screen time. And now they're bringing out things which have got a screen 1 inch away from your eyes.
Yeah. Yeah. Ian Barnes says any media source can publish fake publications under AI and get away with it because chief editors will be Daleks. Okay. Yeah, fair. And Ian Bowden did mention this. He mentioned this. I mean, right now we're fed lies through the media. But how about when robots get in charge of this? They can feed us whatever they want. It's all going to be. We don't know. It's unknown territory. We're entering into territory that no one knows what's going to happen. No, but what I do know is that people are very, very frightened. There are some people who are generally scared about the outcome of AI and artificial robots and all this kind of stuff. Let me see. Oh, yeah, we're not doing any more rumpy bumpy talk. Mark Oleg. Oh, you want me to bite you? I think Mark is talking to Tandra about false teeth there. I think he's talking about teeth.
Mark and Tandra need to get a book a room, I think, don't they?
What do we do? I'm just going to skip through this one here. Yeah, Sean Harris. Sean Harris was on 80 at night. He was a great guest. Does anyone remember the Tomorrow People TV series with the jaunt belt? Would have liked one myself. People used to always say to me at school that I look like that lad who was in the Tomorrow People. He was a lucky bastard if he looked like me. Does anyone remember this? Yeah, I remember the Tomorrow People. Tandra, they say AI may perform operations soon. Oh my God! Oh my! I mean, trusting a robot. I mean, you know, with a scalpel. Oh, but then again, humans not all that reliable. Tandra, you mentioned airplanes, pilots. I mean, you know, the idea of like trusting a robot to pilot an airplane may sound frightening, but don't forget, they've had pilots who deliberately crashed airplanes. They had like, you know, German ones some years back and whatever. So
yeah, but like automation is flying the planes half the time anyway.
Yeah.
All the pilots are doing is taking off and landing.
Yeah.
They don't even need to land until about the last 50 meters sometimes.
Yeah. Cats and Good Coffee. The Apple VR headset only cost $3,500. I can spend a month in Thailand with that money. Yeah, but the VR headset will last you for years, won't it? Yeah, Bobby Crush. Okay, this modern technology is amazing. If you put hot tea in a flask, it keeps it hot. If you put cold drink in a flask, it keeps it cold. How does it know? Round of applause for that one, Bobby. That's amazing. Barry from EastEnders. AI combined with 5G will be incredible. Robots delivering our parcels and doing everything else. Yeah, it sounds. I'm excited by the prospect of it. But the thing is, you know, well, you're going to get some bad robots. You're going to get some bad robots. You're going to get the Terminator sooner or later. You know, not all robots will be the same. Mark Oleg, open the pod bay doors, Hal. Absolutely. That was 2001, A Space Odyssey, one of my favorite movies. That was a murderous robot. Yeah, Tandra, Mark, it's one of your features. I said you like the teeth in it. Okay, whatever. Bit of naughty stuff going on there. Barry from EastEnders, you're thinking of iRobot, aren't you? Yeah, that's iRobot. That's the movie with Will Smith in. I watched it again the other I still don't fully understand the ending, but it's a bloody good movie. Mark Oleg, open the pod bay doors, Al. No, Dave. I'm sorry, I can't do that. Wonderful. Very, very chilling stuff. And that chilling moment in 2001 when the bloody capsule turns round and, you know, bad things are going to happen. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, Bobby Crush. Some of this AI technology refused to work if it's abused, such as my wife's AI vibrator. Okay, fair enough. Why, oh, why, fools? There will be an AI steady Eddie within 3 years. Never. There's only one steady Eddie. Only one steady Eddie. Ian Bowden, scary when I'm not going to read that one. Oh, it's getting a bit smutty, is it? Getting a bit smutty. Okay. Your Salvers, what I do know is I'm not paying £4,000 for the pair of glasses. Well, it's not £4,000. It's I think it starts at $3,500. Presumably, it will come down in, well, overly. No, probably won't come down in price. Let's see. Okay. So anyway, so are you afraid? Are you optimistic? Clive, you're on the phone. Are you optimistic about all the modern technology? Are you excited that the science fiction age is finally starting to really move in a big way? Or are you afraid of it?
It's not though, is it? I mean, we can't teleport.
Yeah. Well, that's true. Yeah.
We can't like deliver flesh and blood from one place to say 6,000 miles or 7,000 miles to either Thailand or Philippines. Like, I mean, that'll be the golden age then, wouldn't it? You could go anytime.
Yeah.
Anytime. We could go for an afternoon, couldn't it?
Yeah. But that would really that would cause too much globalization, wouldn't it? I mean, that would take the magic away from it. I mean, I hate that bloody long flight to Southeast Asia, but if you could just teleport yourself there in a few minutes, it'd take a bit of the magic out of it, wouldn't it?
I think all those Thai birds in Pattaya, like, they're waiting for a bit of Eddie. I mean, you could give them a bit of Eddie, like, in the afternoon, come back for tea, then you could go to I don't know, to Turkey, you could go to, you know, Spain. Yeah. All in one day, it'd be great.
Yeah, Sandra, AI shoppers in Tesco wouldn't pick all the stock that is going out of date. Okay, that's a very, very good point. Very good. Bobby Crush, it's the chips they're implanted into monkeys' brains that are frightening. I went to Chester Zoo and there was a monkey filling out the Times crossword. Very, very good. Like it, like it. Hard Tulip. Will people on Amazon lose their jobs because of AI? I mean, the thing is, they predicted for donkey's years, haven't they? That, you know, robots in the computer age are going to put people out of work. And the fact is, right now, at this moment in time, they can't get the workers. So it's never happened. I don't believe that it's going to put people out of work. Not really. Yeah, Mark Ollick, I want the AI to fly the pizza delivery drone. Okay, fair enough. Tanja, not naughty yet, not naughty. Mark said tea was a fetus. All I said is, do you like them in a jar or falsies? Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, Mister says he bought 4 pairs of glasses, $375 for $5 at the dollar store. Added color pink and blue. Okay, that sounds like a it sounds like a good bit of shopping there.
Very nice.
Okay. Yeah, yours travels. That's in the USA, $3,500. Always 25 more expensive in the UK. Ah, good point, yours. Good point. Yeah, very, very good point there. Absolutely. Okay. So anyway, I've been on for an hour and 48 minutes anyway. So this is tonight we've had a few good questions. We've had Clive, who's been very, very kind to phone us in. Clive, we frightened off that starer, haven't we? What was his name? Tenpole Tudor. Tenpole Tudor or something like that. His name was anyway.
Otherwise known as some knob end.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Anyway, yeah, Eason man. The Great Reset. You will own Foucault. The drone will deliver your rations as long as you don't screw up your social credit. We're all going to be slaves. Yeah, but this is science fiction, isn't it? This is kind of nightmare science fiction. It's nightmare science fiction. You know, I mean, the science fiction age. I mean, well, to be truthful, but when they made all those science fiction movies years ago, they did tend to be rather pessimistic. I mean, how many positive? I mean, Close Encounters was about the only, positive, optimistic science fiction movie ever made, really. And all of these years later, I'm still trying to figure out how Richard Dreyfuss had to build a bloody big hill out of soil in his beautiful living room. I still can't get my head around that one. Okay. Mark Ollig, fish and chips, fish with computer chips. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, we're coming to the end. I'm hungry and I need a late night drink and relax because I'm getting old. I'm getting old and I'm getting old and I can't go that much longer anymore. We've been on for an hour and 50 minutes, so I'm going to say good night now anyway. Okay, I'll say good night to Clive first of all. Yeah, you've been a great guest, Clive, and I'll message you on Facebook. And if you want to come on as a guest on StreamYards, then by all means do so. You don't have to show your face, by the way.
That sounds good, that does, yeah.
Okay.
How about we get a few more on? How about we get Sean Harris on and a couple of people that won't swear? Yeah. Okay.
Well, Sean Harris was a good guy. I mean, what it is, Clive, StreamYards we tried to get Sean Harris on the other week, but the thing is that StreamYards can be very, very temperamental. It'd be very, very.
He can fit on about up to 7 people, I think.
Yeah.
If we kept it like 3 or 4 or something, then we had we could have like some debates on stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, we'll work on it. Clive, thanks for coming on. I'll speak to you soon. Okay, all the best, mate. Cheers. Okay, there you go. That was very, very good for Clive McLaren, Formula One coming on. I'm going to say good night now anyway. Listen, a big thanks, guys, and thanks once again to the people who responded to that community post, suggesting stuff that we can talk about on this. We've got a great little community here. Monday, Tuesday, and Friday, I think is pretty good for now. I'm happy with that. Hopefully you are too. So I'm going to say good night, everybody. Thanks for coming along. I'll get rid of that banner for the moment. Thanks for coming along. Have a great weekend, everybody. I hope the sun shines for. I hope you keep it well in America or Canada. You know, and that what's happening there isn't too harsh. So best of luck there anyway. Okay, good night, guys. I'll see you soon, and have a lovely weekend. Cheers.